The CWU is balloting its members in the post office for strike action following a dispute over pay, job security and the future of the post office network. We spoke to CWU Assistant Secretary Andy Furey to find out why the union feels it has no choice but to take this course of action. So Andy, thank you for talking to us. Can I just ask you to, set out what's happening, what's going on at the moment?
We're asking our members to vote yes for industrial action. Hopefully if they do so in the numbers we anticipate, we can get Post Office Limited back round the negotiating table. In essence, this dispute is about a pay freeze. The company has frozen pay for 2010. The pay date was the 1st of April, so we're nearly 10 months on from that. They're also saying that they will have a pay freeze going forward, so we're not just talking about 1 year now. And critically, we've got the issue of the Crown Office network where our members work. We've got 373 crowns, and we've got a guarantee that's been in existence for the last 3 years that these crowns will remain. Previously, there had been franchises and closures, and it had been basically a death of 1,000 cuts of the crowns.
And that happens pretty soon, that guarantee runs out?
Yes, the guarantee runs out the 31st of March. We've asked Paula Venables, the MD, to extend that guarantee, and thus far she's refusing to do so. And that will put at risk our members' job security.
What is the atmosphere at the moment in the Crown offices with the staff? Is it a workplace that they want to be in or feel wanted by?
Oh, our members don't feel wanted. They actually feel undervalued. They're incensed and they're outraged by some of the comments that's been made by Paula Venables, the MD. She scored a massive own goal there. It's antagonised our members and provoked them in a way that I wouldn't have been able to do so. So, I'd like to say thank you, Paula, for antagonising our members in the way that she has done. Clearly, she's out of touch and she doesn't recognise the considerable contribution that they make to the UK, to society. You've looked at the figures and you're saying that POL have increased profits. They're saying, no, we're making losses. Well, they're not. I mean, they're statistics and damn lies. I mean, the reality is they lodged at Companies House their report and accounts for 2009-10, and they made a £72 million operating profit, which was the greatest ever profit they've made. They declared at the half year this year in 2010-11 a £20 million profit, and they are on track to achieve their target, a £30 million outturn profit this year. So they are making money, but they're making money by exploiting our members and not sharing that money with our members getting a decent pay rise. They have paid some people pay rises. Yes, indeed, and this is antagonising our members. It's sheer hypocrisy. It's double standards. They've paid the managers in the Crown offices a 2.25% pay rise. Our view is the managers deserve that, but then equally so do our members. So we're not having a go at the managers. We think the managers should get a pay rise, and our members certainly deserve a comparable pay rise. Worse still, the directors actually had a 21% increase in their bonuses and basic pay. Only 8 directors we're talking about, and it came to something like £3.9 million in 2009-10. Yet these very same people are saying that my members don't deserve a pay rise. It is double standards. If we look at how many staff we're talking about, there's about 4,000 staff across these 373 Crown offices. How many of those staff are your members, CWU members? It's a predominantly part-time workforce, and our membership penetration is very near to 90%. And the membership application forms are arriving daily. So clearly the non-members out there want to join the union and be part of this dispute because they also recognise in the unfairness of the situation. So you've got a lot of support then for taking this to the next stage, industrial action? Yes, we believe that our members are galvanised and are on the march effectively. It helps when Paula Venables doesn't recognise their value and treats them in a way that compares them with sub-post office assistants. Now, I'm not being disparaging about sub-post office assistants. Our view is the sub-post office assistants should be getting better pay. Many of them are on marginally above the minimum wage, the minimum hourly wage, and that's not where our membership is prepared to go. We're not going to tolerate that, and the membership are up in arms over this.
And why is it that you think you need to take things as far as industrial action? Isn't there still room for talking about this issue?
The problem we've really got is that the attitude of the company is deplorable. They undervalue the staff. They claim the staff are paid a third more than they should be versus the market rate. Effectively, that's £6,000, and their attitude is they don't want to give them a pay rise at all. So I think enough is enough, and that's a cliche. But we have been patient, we have been tolerant, and I think the only language that POL will understand and recognise now is a massive yes vote for industrial action, which we're extremely confident of getting.
Do you think that means then that they'll definitely all come out and take part in this ballot for industrial action, or do you think you still need to speak to your members and say, you've got to do this, we want you to do this, because if you don't and we don't take it to the next stage, we're in trouble?
Well, the first stage here is let's get the yes vote. The ballot closes on the 4th of March. We're extremely optimistic, confident we will get to a very good yes vote. We hope then that the company will sit up and listen. We believe that if they do, we can get back around the bargaining table and we can start to broker a deal, then hopefully industrial action, strike action wouldn't be needed. We treat industrial action as an absolute last resort. Hence why we've been so patient and tolerant. But if Post Office Limited are not prepared to listen, and we do get a very, very good yes vote, then strike action will be inevitable. The strike action we will take will form the basis of maximum disruption to the company, but at minimum loss to our members. Our members can't afford to go out on strike, nobody can, but equally they've got to be able to demonstrate their anger and frustration at the way they're being treated by the company. And
have you thought how you might do that?
Well, we had a dispute in 2007. Over a period of 3 or 4 months, we had 13 bouts of strike action. That was primarily half days of action, people walking off the job. We will probably deploy the same tactics again. We've ruled nothing in, nothing out, but it was effective last time, and we believe it can be effective again going forward.
What about the public? The public, hold the post office very dear. The kind of disruption that would be caused to them, do you think that they'd support you in this action? They'd understand the reasons behind it?
Well, I need to be very clear, we're not talking about all-out strike action, and we don't want to antagonise or alienate ourselves away from the public. We are, after all, public servants. Our members serve the public and love the public, and we need the public on our side. So that's one of the other reasons why we will be having short bouts of industrial action to make our protest, to cause disruption to the employer, but it's not about inconveniencing the public. Indeed, what happens, or what has happened previously, is the post office keep open many of the Crown post offices with lots of managers being shipped in from head office. We might say there's obviously too many managers if they can do that. Right. But they keep the post office open with managers, and then the public see what a dreadful service they get compared to the professionals, which are my members.
Why is it important that CWU members vote yes in this ballot?
Our members need to send the biggest single message possible to Paula Venell. She's not listening at the moment. She is not listening to anything that I am saying and my colleagues are saying, and she's in denial about the strength of our arguments and the strength of our case. She's practising double standards. She's looked after herself and her other directors and her senior managers, and what she's not looking after is the people at the sharp end on the coalface, customer servicing, day in, day out, facing the public. They're the people that warrant and deserve a decent pay rise, and yet they're the people that she is trying to penalise.
Andy, how do your members register a yes vote?
Well, the ballot papers will be dropping through the letterbox in the next week. The letter will have a return envelope. There'll be a message from Dave Ward and myself, the Deputy General Secretary. We're urging and encouraging everybody to vote yes. The bigger yes vote, the better. We want a good turnout, and that is the best chance for them to have their say and tell Paula Venell and the company that they're not prepared to be treated in this fashion any longer.
Andy Furey, thank you very much.
Thank you.